Hello, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 61 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today. Student Summer Greening Campaign 2021 to be conducted. The global COVID-19 cases and deaths toll continue to rise. And thousands demand end to Burkina Faso insecurity. The local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 61 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the southern, central, and northern Eritrea regions. Out of this, 29 patients are from quarantine centers in St. Alpha 17, Dubarwa 4, Adaya 3, Mendefara 2, Araza 2, Adhuala 1, southern region. 2 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmara, Central Region. 11 patients are from quarantine centers in Massawa 9, Ginda 1, and Abat 1, Northern Eritrea Region. The total number of recovered patients stands at 5,808, while the number of deaths stands at 25. And the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has risen to 6,188. Ministry of Health, Asmara, July 6, 2021. The Ministry of Education reported that high school students' summer greening campaign will be conducted nationwide from July 7 to August 15. The summer greening campaign will be conducted in 39 subzones from 100 centers and 24,000 students, including 42% female students, as well as about 1,000 supervisors will take part. Mr. Fitwe Wilder-Girgis, head of the Student Summer Greening Campaign at the Ministry of Education, said the program will include planting tree seedlings, construction and renovation of terraces, water diversion schemes, and renovation of roads, among others. Mr. Fitwe also said the objective of the campaign that was launched in 1994 was to ensure the participation of high school students and teachers in redressing the environment, creating a conducive environment of cooperation, as well as inculcating the culture of work among the students. Mr. Fitwe also called on parents, agricultural experts, health practitioners, teachers, as well as administrations and stakeholders to underpin participation for the success of the campaign. He also called on all participants for strict observation of the guidelines issued to control the COVID-19 pandemic. The residents of Hadida Administrative Area, Saganati Subzone, conducted water and soil conservation popular campaign with the support of agricultural experts. At the popular campaign that started in mid-May, 500 cubic meters of water catchment schemes as well as 12 kilometers of terraces have been constructed. Water and soil conservation expert in the subzone, Mr. Zara Mariam Toamzgi, said the objective of the program was to redress the land that was damaged due to erosion and enrich the underground water as well as develop forest resource. In the same vein, certificates of recognition and agricultural material were awarded to 20 exemplary farmers for their outstanding contribution in the water and soil conservation program. Veteran freedom fighter GirmaiGebremeskel, manager of Civil Public Administration (CPA), passed away on July 5 at the age of 74. Veteran freedom fighter GirmaiGebremeskel joined the Eritrean Popular Liberation Forces in 1972 and served his country and people with strong dedication in various capacities in the pre-independence period. After independence, veteran fighter Girmai served his country and people in various capacities, including as manager of CPA, a member of the National Insurance Corporation of Eritrea Board of Directors. Veteran freedom fighter Girmai survived with his wife and 6 children. His funeral service was conducted today at noon at the Asmara Monterey Cemetery. Expressing deep sorrow on the passing away of the veteran freedom fighter GirmaiGebremeskel, Civil Public Administration CPA expresses condolences to his family and friends. Now back with the international news after a short break. Welcome back. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 185 million today, with the death toll exceeding 4 million. And the number of recovered patients has exceeded 169.4 million. This is according to World Meters. The World Health Organization has warned governments around the world against easing COVID-19 restrictions too soon, saying countries that did so risked paying a heavy price for rushing back to normality. Speaking at a press briefing yesterday, the UN Health Agency's top emergency expert Mike Ryan said a new wave of infections could be around the corner and noted that for much of the world, the pandemic was just getting started. Indonesia is struggling with one of Asia's worst COVID-19 outbreaks as new cases more than a few times in a month, prompting a critical shortage of oxygen in several areas. At least 33 people died in hospital in Yogyakarta when its supplies ran out over this weekend, and the government yesterday asked oxygen producers to send all their supplies to hospitals and clinics. Thousands of people took to the streets of several cities in Burkina Faso over the weekend, including the capital Ouagadougou, to protest against the growing insecurity in the country. Opposition politicians called the demonstrations to denounce the government's handling of the crisis. More than 1 million people have been displaced due to frequent jihadist attacks that are also fueling intercommunal violence. Local journalist Mohamini Shobaka said that the people were tired of the killings, and it was the worst attack by an armed group in recent years, and the UN chief said he was outraged. More than 1,000 Afghan soldiers have fled to neighboring Tajikistan after clashing with Taliban militants. This is according to officials. The troops retreated over the border to save their own lives, according to a statement by Tajikistan's border guard. Violence has risen to Afghanistan, and the Taliban have been making significant gains, particularly in the north of the country in recent weeks. The surge comes as the US, UK, and allies withdraw after 20 years. The vast majority of remaining foreign forces in Afghanistan have left ahead of a September deadline. There are concerns that the Afghan military, who were supposed to take over security in the country, will collapse. A decades-old passenger plane carrying 28 people crashed in Russia's Far East today, leaving everyone on board, including at least one child, feared dead. The plane was en route from regional capital Petrovysh-Kamchatsky to Panama, a town in northwestern Kamchatka, when it lost contact with the air traffic control shortly before 3 p.m. local time. This is according to Russia's emergencies ministry. There were 22 passengers and 6 crew on board the Antonov N-26 twin-engine turboprop, which had been in operation since 1982 and belonged to a company called Kamchatka Aviation Enterprise. Russia's Civil Aviation Authority confirmed that the plane's crash site had been found after the emergencies ministry dispatched a helicopter and deployed teams on the ground to look for the missing aircraft. And now a reminder of the top stories. 61 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today. Student Summer Greening Campaign 2021 to be conducted. The global COVID-19 cases and deaths toll continue to rise. And thousands demand into Burkina Faso insecurity. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.